Hey YouTube, it is your girl Lynn Ashanta, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I am going to be telling you guys how I became an entrepreneur. Even with all the research I did before I launched my business, I still was blindsided in some areas. So I'm just going to help you guys and tell you guys about how I became an entrepreneur, and hopefully you can skip some of the mistakes that I made along the way. So the first thing I'm going to talk about with starting a business is the startup cost. Yes, somebody has to fund this business, and if you do not have money readily available to invest in yourself, to buy like startup equipment, depending on what your business is about. So if your business, I'm a little ashy. If your business is about selling clothes, you're going to have to find a vendor, which is going to cost money because you're going to have to purchase your products from the vendors. If you're doing handmade products, you're going to have startup money to buy the equipment and the products you need to make your products. So the most important thing that I would say when starting a business is the startup cost. You're going to want to make sure you have enough money put aside. So that's the first mistake I want you to avoid. If you don't have enough money in the beginning to even buy equipment, if you don't even have enough money for that in the beginning, it's going to be a hassle as you progress through your business trying to stay afloat, because once something sells out, you're going to have to constantly restock if you want to keep your customers. So if you go into a business venture without even enough resources and funds, it will be kind of hard. The second thing is you're gonna want to kind of like define your audience. So my audience can be anybody, because I'm making home decor, which can translate over to dorm decor. They can translate over to gifts. Like if somebody like, oh, my mom would like this, I can buy this for my mom. So that kind of brings in the crowd of people that's looking for gifts. It brings in college students, and it also brings in homeowners, apartment owners. It just brings in a lot of people who can potentially be customers. Even though I know with my business the audience is very broad, but I mainly market to college students because I am a college student myself. So it is easier for me to relate to college students and the price ranges, what college students are looking for the dorm rooms, what interests college students. So even though my marketing is aimed towards college students, still I can profit off of other individuals too. Now that you have your audience down pat, you know who you're trying to market to, now it is time to think of products. So with college students, if I do wood art. So if I do this grand lavish wood art that says family gather here, I know that's not going to sell to a college student, because most college students live either with their parents, or they're living in a temporary apartment, or they're living in dorming. So they're not going to want to buy a wood art sign that's like catered toward like, this is where your home, this is where you're grounded at. They're not going to want to buy that, even though it is still in the same category as wood art or decor. Is not what a college student is looking for. The next thing you're going to want to think about is prices. Because I am marketing most of my products to college students, I kind of have to take into account my resources and make sure I get a profit off of it. But I also have to make sure that the prices are within the range of that a college student can afford. So yeah, you know, some people come to college well off because of their family, but at the end of the day, no matter how much money you have available from your family or you have in your pocket, college students are cheap. So even though someone has the money to buy something, they're not going to buy it just because, okay, I can afford this. They're going to want to buy it because it's something that they can use, something they like, or something that they can like use over time or get continuous use out of it. If it is just something that they're going to use like one time and the price range is just too outrageous, they're not going to buy it. So keep in mind who you are marketing to. Most of my wood art people buy is something that they either like because they can decorate with it, they're giving it to it as a gift, so it's reusable. Let me I wonder if I have a piece of wood here. One of my products that I sell comes on wood that is about this size, and it's a rectangle plaque that is going to be used as decor. Mostly what I put on my rectangle plaques or something meaningful. It's not like live, laugh, love, or anything like that. It's probably like, okay, you have crossed a sorority or fraternity. It's gonna be your sorority or your fraternity on it. And it's gonna be something that's memorable that you can take with you always. Or like I'm doing now for Breast Cancer Awareness Month is basically a award for someone who has survived breast cancer, or is like a little push for someone who's currently fighting breast cancer. Or you can buy it for a family member and say, in loving memory of someone who has passed from breast cancer. That is something that someone's going to keep and want to remember a loved one by forever. So that is something somebody is more willing to buy versus me just doing wood art that says laugh. Okay, it's pretty, but what can I do with it? Lastly, when starting a business, you need to make sure you have adequate workspace. Right now, we are sitting in my office because I'm currently at school and I don't have as much space as I did when I was at home, but I still want my business to stay afloat. I can't stop making products and stop marketing my business because I'm back at school, because eventually people are going to forget about me and I'm not going to be a known name. So I have to stay producing even when I'm in small areas. So if you know you don't have the space to store inventory, to make inventory, to package and ship, you're gonna need printers. If you need equipment, you know you don't have a place to store all this, that is going to be a problem from the get-go. So make sure that even if you have all this other stuff down packed, if you don't have a space that you can call your own space where you can run everything smoothly and you can do it yourself without being a bother to other people, it will become a hassle to kind of run a business. And yes, I said my little office because I have created a office space in my dorm room. So it's really no excuse, but of course I understand everyone's circumstances are not the same. So whatever works for you might not work for the other person. Those are the only things that I can think of right off the bat on how to start a business as a college student. Like I said, you need to make sure you have resources and funding up front. You need to know who your audience is going to be, what products you're going to try to sell to this audience, and make sure you price these products at a price where you're going to be able to profit off of your products, but also be able to attract potential customers. And at the end, you just have to make sure you have the workspace to be able to run a successful business. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment. Have a blessed day, and remember to spread positivity. Bye.